and I don't know about you, but I have been seriously missing out on Skam France. I somehow tricked myself into thinking that Skam France Season 6 was premiering back in March, like 2 weeks after Season 5 wrapped up. So needless to say, I've been a bit disappointed every Friday we've gone on without another Skam France. I know Season 5 was very divisive, I guess you could say. I know some people really liked it, some people didn't. I was kind of more leaning towards the really liked it. I think there were definitely parts I could have done without, aka the whole love triangle, and just, I feel like, yeah, the love triangle I think was the biggest part. Like, just, it kind of messed everything up, and it would have made more sense to just put Arthur with one girl and not have this back and forth, in my opinion. But overall, I did like it, and I think it showed that the Skam France writers can handle and create a new story all on their own that feels very authentic to the world of Skam. And it may not be perfect, but you know what? Not every season of the OG of Skam was perfect either, in my opinion. I'm looking at you, Season 4 and Season 2. So I'm really excited for Season 6, though. It's supposed to be more involved with Daphne and Elliot, even though neither of them can actually be the mains because of contractual obligations, I guess, through the original Skam. Like, you can't make a main of someone that would have potentially been a main in Skam had it continued. So the main for this season is technically Lola, who is Daphne's sister, but I'm really, really excited to kind of explore that familiar relationship, because I feel like that's one of the things that Skam and the remakes have always done really well, is a focus on family and how traditional relationships aren't always the ones that matter the most to you. So it'll be really interesting to see how Daphne and her sister get along and what exactly happens. So yeah, we've got a quick trailer to get, you know, whet our appetites, and I'm excited to watch it. So sorry I said that. That was just, oh my gosh, I've been watching too much binge watching, and you know, the words just that come out of my mouth I don't recognize sometimes. So anyway, let's get started before I say something else that makes you think I'm a TikTok girl. Oh, so pretty. It's crazy to me that, like, a city like Paris can exist where it's so, like, architecture and, like, old-fashioned, like, this really, like, from, like, the 14, like, so long ago, and then also really modern stuff can exist within it. Like, I think that's so interesting. Because, you know, in America, nothing is more than, like, 50 years old, because it all just falls back down. Ugh. This place doesn't look like it's in good shape, though. There she is. Don't know what she's doing in this abandoned building by herself. Daphne called her. Okay. So yeah, we know they don't get along. Oh my gosh. You leave that in a voicemail? I would be like, call me back, it's important. Ooh, I wonder if this is hints for what it's gonna be about. Dang. Where is she, first of all, too? Like, that is terrifying that she's that far up. I feel like those were clips for what's gonna happen, so let me see if I can stop it very quickly. Dancing at a club. Definitely doing shots of some kind. Flask, drinking. So just, yeah, overall doesn't look like she's in for a good time. Dang. That was a really quick trailer. I think Season 3 introducing Elliot will always be my favorite trailer, because it just, like, told a story in and of itself that was pretty awesome. This definitely tells a story too, though, because it looks like all that was happening with Daphne in the previous season, where she was kind of disappearing and not really talking, and something was clearly wrong that she wasn't addressing. It must be something happened with her mom, and now her mom has passed away. So that'll be really interesting. It looks like now, whereas Daphne's probably gonna have to try and be in charge and, you know, kind of pick up the pieces of the family, because I'm sure the dad's devastated and everything. I feel like Lola's gonna go on more of a self-destructive path, it looks like. And I've already heard the theories too that, like, she may have some type of mental illness that she discovers after this, which could make sense, because there's a really interesting theory I like in psych that I subscribe to. Look at me sounding like a professor. But it's kind of like in between the nature and nurture theory, which nature is like you're born with something, like there's nothing you can do to change it really. Nurture is more like it's about the environment you're raised in, and a lot of questions raised around that with mental illness and stuff. And there's this theory that I can't remember exactly what, I think it's like the dual theory or something like that, but it's very interesting, which it's because it states basically that, like, people are born with a predisposition to a certain mental illness. Maybe you're predisposed to have bipolar disorder, to have anxiety, to have depression, something like that. But there are people who can go their whole lives and never really have issues with it. While on the other hand, there are people who do have this, you know, kind of predisposition to it, and they have some type of really stressful or traumatic event in their life that happens, and that triggers the kind of depression, anxiety, something like that. And I think that's a really interesting theory, because I think that could be kind of maybe what's happening here is maybe she's struggled with her mental health, if they do go down that route, and people are thinking this is how they could bring Elliot in, so that's why people are thinking that that is going to be something. And also people have really been wanting them to tackle kind of a mental health season specifically. I know it's always touched upon briefly in every season because it's something that, you know, everyone struggles with. And I think season 3 mostly, like, you really got to see a lot of it through Elliot, but people want to see like a full season, because obviously Lucas's season also revolves around his issues with coming out and stuff like that and accepting himself. So I know people are really hoping for a mental illness specific kind of focused, and to see the kind of ways you can deal and cope with that, both unhealthy and healthy ways, I think will be very interesting. And yeah, I think that might be kind of where it's setting up. Like, maybe she's always struggled with her mental health, and then now that her mom passes away, this is kind of the thing that pushes her over the edge, that feels like she can't control it anymore. She doesn't want to, like, she just has so much feeling, and it's just like, it's incomprehensible. Like, it's just too much to manage. And I think, yeah, we already know that her and Daphne don't get along very well, and I'm assuming that's probably because, you know, the picture we see of Daphne where she's this very put together, kind of perfect daughter, perfect girlfriend, perfect friend, and I could see where that's very hard to live up to if you are her sister. So I feel like they're gonna explain that and delve into that more, and kind of see how Daphne struggles to take care of her sister and maybe open up and be more vulnerable herself, of being like, you know, like, I put on this perfect persona and like everything's happy and I'm fine, but really, like, there's more to it, and I just didn't want to like add my issues onto you, and not realizing that, like, in making everything seem fine with me, it's making you feel worse. So I think there's a lot of layers to this, and I think the actress who plays Lola, I'm already so excited, because she looks like she's really going to bring it. We saw her briefly at the end of season 6, and that was just to kind of set up the idea of, you know, she doesn't get along with Daphne, and I think we also saw Basil kind of trying to stand up for Daphne a little bit, being like, why is your sister talking to you like that? And Daphne was kind of just like, you know what, it's like a whole thing. I don't want to get into it right now, but like, thank you for being there. And I just think like this is gonna be interesting, because it's kind of, you know, they're out of school now, right? Or are they still in school? I don't know if they're still in school now that I'm thinking about this, because I don't know when exactly this is premiering or what the French school system is like. Obviously, if this was real time, they would not be in school right now, because no one's in school right now. But I think it could be interesting of kind of, you know, it's hard when you feel like you have to be the emotional household, like the person that keeps everyone together, like worrying about your sister, worrying about your dad now. So I feel like it could be very tough for Daphne to try and move on, because this is like a stage in her life where she should be moving out, moving on her own, getting ready for college stuff, or uni, getting ready for stuff like that. And I feel like it's going to be very, very hard for her to not feel like she's abandoning them, and also probably Lola to not kind of feel like, I feel like she's going to be torn between like wanting her sister and also not wanting anything to do with her sister. So it's just going to be really, really interesting, and I think the trailer set it up really nicely and made it very, very intriguing. So like I said, I don't know when the date is. I'm probably just missing it somewhere, because like I said, I thought it was premiering March 20th, and then March 20th came around and whoo, didn't I look like Boo Boo the Fool, checking it like every 5 seconds to be like, where is the update? So I'm really, really excited. If you have any thoughts or noticed anything about the season trailer, please feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments. Also, make sure this video got a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!